Hi, this is Dan Rather, and welcome to tonight's edition of the NPR Fireside Chats. Johnson signs into law the Civil Rights Act of 1968, dealing primarily with housing rights. We have two esteemed guests in our panel tonight. Dr. Eli Little from George Mason University, esteemed political scientist, and local motel owner, Cinnabon Schlotzky's. Dr. Little, can you please tell us about this Civil Rights Act that has been passed by Lyndon B. Johnson?
Well, sir, the Civil Rights the Civil Rights Act of 1968 basically says one cannot discriminate based on race, religion, sex, or national origin. And I think this is rather important because, as one of our founding fathers have written in the Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal. And therefore, I think that we as a people should have equal opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Little. Mr. Schlotzky, you're a local motel owner. You clearly have good insight into what it's like to be on the citizen side, the business owner side of this Civil Rights Act. Can you please tell us maybe how your business could be adversely affected by this?
All right. My hotel. Okay. People come to my hotel. Okay. I don't want those people. My property. That's it.
But aren't you on federal land?
You see, my great-grandfather fought in that war, and he gave all the land to me. So, my land.
In which war was this?
The Revolution War. Like the Earth. Cool.
How quaint.
So, what you're what people are we talking about?
You know, not white. They're not white.
Okay.
Or men.
Okay. So, you mentioned in a public statement outside of your hotel that you're nervous about the surrounding community. Can you please elaborate on maybe what adverse things you think may happen to the surrounding community?
Well, if it's all, white people, they don't want, other people coming in. So, he can maybe explain more about that, but if it's white people, they're not going to want other types coming in.
So, Dr. Little, you study trends in politics and the economy. When the last Civil Rights Act was passed, did anything happen adversely to the economy?
Well, personally, I think we're having a problem in which ghettos are starting. And this is because of people discriminating against these other people. And so, if you don't make these other people live better, then they're not going to do any better within our country. And therefore, we cannot improve our country as a whole if we leave that part behind us.
Then just put them in other places that are good. Simple solution.
So, Mr. Schlotzky, before the show, we were talking about riots in the United States from minorities. How do you feel about the riots? What do you think the public sentiment on minority races rioting is?
There are laws, okay? And they're breaking the laws. So they can't riot.
But they do.
But they can't. So arrest them. Get the dogs.
Okay. I'm sure, as Dr. Little mentioned, that is their that they do have a First Amendment right to riot or to speak their mind.
But so do I. And I own a motel. What do you say about that?
Now, I'll ask you the simple question. How patriotic are you?
Very. I love my country.
And how do you feel about the Vietnam War?
I love the war.
Why do you love this war so?
the commies. They're bad. Bad red people.
And how do you feel about these other people becoming our troops? Do you think they're doing a great service? Or do you think they're making up for the slack that the other people are lacking?
Don't let them be troops. Next question.
All right. Could you elaborate on that?
No. We'll leave it at that. My motel.
Okay. So, how do you think that you will be personally affected by the Civil Rights Act?
Well, seeing as how I'm possibly one of these other people that he has mentioned, I think that it is an injustice to the people who has provided services to the country to improve the economy, to improve our government, and just overall improve lifestyle. How are we going to train young minds if they don't live in a proper environment in which they can learn?
I don't want them to not live in a good environment. I just don't want them to live in my environment. Because I have a First Amendment right. And it's my motel.
But this new Civil Rights Act says that you no longer have the right to discriminate them based on race.
Where? I mean, it's the government. They're intruding on my rights.
So do you think this should be repealed and that this is an invasion of your First Amendment right?
I hate this. I hate this. I don't like this. It's a bad paper.
It's a bad paper.
Yes.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the NPR Fireside Chats. I am Dan Rather, signing out. Have a good night. Peaceful morning. Hi, I'm Dan Rather. Welcome to NPR Fireside Chats. In the news recently, Lyndon B. Johnson signs into act the Civil Rights Act, 1968. Can we start over?
Because, as the Constitution has said, all men are created equal. So why can't we not have equal opportunities? I thought I had something.